Hey everyone, how are you doing? Welcome. This is a Desmos activity intro video for my Algebra 1B class, going over the activity multiplying polynomials. So in this week, we're going to be learning how to multiply polynomials together. It's one of those things you just need to practice enough to get really efficient at it because so much of your future math classes depend on just being able to deal with polynomials and multiply them easily. All right, so let's kind of take a look at some slides. We're going to start off by graphing some polynomials here. So I'm going to graph x minus 3 times x plus 4. Again, these are two binomials multiplied. And you can see as soon as we do that on line 1, I get a graph that shows up. And I can move that graph around. I can slide in and out. And I'm going to notice all the x-intercepts, and I'm going to notice the y-intercept, and just kind of observe the graph. And then I'm going to go to the next slide, and now I'm going to graph. We noticed some interesting things. We noticed the x and y intercepts. I can put the coordinates down. X-intercept was at 3, 0. And another one, there were two x-intercepts, intercept at -4, 0. And the y-intercept was at -12. So let's submit that, move on. Now, I'm going to multiply these, x minus 3 times x plus 4. If I multiply those out using my distributive property, all those multiplication techniques, you should get x squared plus x minus 12. I'm going to graph that on line 2. So x squared, you should remember how to do exponents, plus x minus 12. And I'm going to go ahead and change this one. You should change the colors because it'll help in comparison purposes. So now we got a red graph, the original one I did. Now I got a blue graph, and I want to compare the two graphs. If I turn one on and the other one off, it looks like they're right on top of each other, huh? So if I turn the red one off, they both have the same x-intercept there. They both have the same x-intercept there. They both have the same y-intercept. What can we observe? They are the exact same graph. So you're going to practice some multiplication. I'm going to give you two binomials. I'm going to have you multiply them, but you can use graphs if the graphs of the two expressions are the same, then we know that we that we multiplied correctly. All right, and so you'll go through some, you're going to practice multiplying. So what's 2x minus 3 times x plus 11? Well, there's my graph, so let's check this one out. So 2x times x is going to be 2x squared. Then I have the 2x times 11, so that's plus 22x. Then I have minus 3 times x, so that's going to be minus 3x. And then minus 3 times 11, that's minus 33. I can combine my two middle terms. We always want to do that. So 22x minus 3x is going to be a 19x. Let's change the color. And now I'm going to check my work. Did I multiply these correctly? If so, the graphs should look the same. And I'm feeling pretty good. Those graphs do look the same. So I've checked my work. I'm done multiplying. So you're just going to go through these, do some multiplication. You're done. That's today's activity for this week for your Desmos calculator. And you're using graphs to help us know that all of this is the exact same as all of this.